Very well.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You're summoned again to this commission to tell us what you know about the leases for Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotel.
I don't know anything about the leases for Ocean Bay Hotel or Sun Beach Hotel.
Mrs. Fall,
Yes.
please take a look at this document. Do you recognize the document?
I'm the author of the letter, it's my signature.
Sorry?
I'm the author of the letter, it's my signature.
It's your signature.
Yes.
May I apply to tender the letter dated the 19th August 2013, addressed to the Managing Director of Social Security in respect of the leasing of hotels and development of social housing?
Yeah.
It's coming to So it's a new thing. letter dated 19th August 2013, addressed to Managing Director, SSHFC, from Office of the President, and signed by witness number 14 for the witness number 14, Aissatou Oba, for the Secretary General. Leasing of hotels and development of social housing. Admitted mark MS 249.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, can the witness be given the exhibit? Mrs. Fall.
Yes.
I noticed that you signed on behalf of the Secretary General.
Yes, I did.
Now, can you tell this commission who gave you instructions to write this letter?
Right now, I would assume, as we used to do at the Office of the President then, that directives would come from the then President to formally convey this letter. As indicated in the letter, I was formally conveying executive directives. It most likely came from him. If I had access to the file, I would have made reference to it to tell you where it originated from.
Fortunately, we have the file here.
Okay.
Do you want to take a look at the file?
Please.
Sorry. Is that file exhibited?
Not yet, Mr. Chairman.
Not yet. It's all right.
Yes.
Referring to the file, a minute was submitted to the then Secretary General. That's minute 21, saying that this is to record that I have implemented the directives given for Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation to engage His Excellency Mr. Buzaino, Ambassador at Large, and investors on the leasing of the Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotels and the development of social housing. From the minute, it is clear that verbal directives were given by the then Secretary General. I executed the directives and then, to place it on record, informed him that I had executed the directives.
Sorry, I did not get that last part.
From the minutes,
Yes.
it is clear that verbal directives were given by the then Secretary General. That was why I sent him the minute to place it on record that the directives were verbal and not minuted.
So are you saying that you received instructions from the then Secretary General?
Yes.
Can you tell us who was the then Secretary General?
It was Mamadou Sabally. Because minute 22, on minute 22, he acknowledged the minute, saying noted with appreciation, confirming that he had given me the verbal directives.
Now, does the file indicate who gave the then Secretary General instructions?
Not from what I can see.
So am I correct in saying that this letter was conveying an executive directive to the then managing director of Social Security to engage Ambassador Nicolai and his investors in the leasing of Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotel.
That's right.
Since you have the file, Mrs. File, she didn't answer. Sorry, what was your answer to the last question?
What was the last question?
Okay. Am I correct in saying, in asking, or in saying that this letter was conveying an executive directive to the managing director of Social Security
That's
to
correct.
lease the two hotels, that is Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotel,
That's correct.
to Ambassador Nicolai and his investors?
Yes.
Five. Wow. Now, Mrs. Fal, if you can kindly look at the minute sheet number 37.
Yes.
Your signature is contained
That's correct.
there. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Now, what was this about? To be specific to number 37 of the minute sheet.
Okay, it's referring to folio 36, which is a letter from Social Security. Let me just refer to the folio.
To guide you, I think that letter you're talking about is dated the 4th of November.
Sorry?
The letter you want to make reference to is dated the 4th of November, 2013.
Let me refer to the folio, please.
Yes, just to guide you.
Yes, it's a letter from Social Security to the Office of the President, which I transmitted to His Excellency, to the then President.
Sorry, which you? So you were seeking approval?
I was conveying the letter
Yes.
to His Excellency,
To His Excellency who?
the then President, Yahya Jammeh.
Now, can you read what you were conveying for us, please?
The letter from Social Security or my minutes?
That's your minutes.
My minutes. It says, Your Excellency, via Secretary General, I humbly refer Your Excellency to folio 36 from the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, seeking approval to implement the agreement for the leasing of the Ocean Bay Hotel and Resort to BP Investment Group as per the following terms. 1, an initial leasing arrangement of an initial 10 years with an option to extend for another 5 years. 2, a 6-month grace period for refurbishments. 3, a monthly rent of €30,000 payable quarterly in advance for the first 5 years. 5, in case of another 5-year extension, a monthly rent of €15,000 payable quarterly in advance. And 6, a maximum of $6,000 per month will be deducted from the rent for the cost of refurbishment, equipment, and other structural works to be determined by both parties and approved by the SHFC management prior to execution. I respectfully submit for Your Excellency's information, consideration, and directives, please. Dated 6th November 2013.
And it is correct that this was approved
It's indicated approved, yes.
by?
By the then President and his signatures appended.
So the then presidents approved it and signed it.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, we have made copies of the minutes that Mrs. Fal has just referred to. we wish to apply to tender them. That is the copies that we made. From the file. In other words, extracts. And the witness can confirm.
Yes,
file-
that's acceptable, yes.
The reference is also contained in the extract of the file. Sorry to interrupt. May I also apply for an order of this Honorable Commission to attach the extract to MS 249?
Order. It is hereby ordered that OP file number 268/313/01, minute sheets folio 21, 22, 23, 24, 37, and 38 concerning the leasing of the Ocean Bay Hotel and Resort to BP Investment Group shall be included in Exhibit number MS249.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mrs. Fall, were you ever present in any discussion where, at the State House, where the leasing of these two hotels, that is Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach, were discussed by the ex-president and Nikolai?
No.
Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions for this witness. I invite the honorable commissioners.
Very well, Madam Fall, you may go. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, my next witness is Mr. Edward Graham, former Managing Director of Social Security.
Very well, you may call the witness.
Sir, please have a seat. We remind you of your oath that you are still on the oath. Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Graham. You are summoned to this commission again, but this time in respect of the leasing of Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotel to BP Investment Group, FZE.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham, it is correct that during the leasing of these two hotels, you were the managing director of Social Security, correct? How long were you managing director for Social Security?
I was the managing director from October 2010 to December 2010. And then my services were terminated, and I was reinstated in August 2012 up to February 2017.
Now, Mr. Graham, can you tell this commission what you know about the circumstances that led to the leasing of Ocean Bay Hotel and Sun Beach Hotel to BP Investment Group?
Yes, going back to the history of briefly about Ocean Bay. Ocean Bay was purchased around 2001, and it was run by Social Security, more or less. And over 10 years, more than 10 years, the hotel was not making any profit, and Social Security did not receive any dividend from Ocean Bay, but rather the management, not during my time of course, the management have been pumping in, injecting money into the hotel without receiving anything from the hotel. And the initial outlay of the hotel was supposed to be 300 million. But over the years when they were operating...
300 million what?
$300 million. That was the initial outlay when the hotel was purchased and refurbished. Now since around 2002 onwards, the hotel was run for over 10 years, and more money has been injected into the hotel that brought the outlay to over $500 million without a dividend being paid. $500 million.
Are you referring to Ocean Bay?
Ocean Bay.
Yes, please. Yes, okay.
Yeah, Ocean Bay. So the outlay was extended from $300 million to $500 million over the period of 10 years without receiving a single cent as dividend to Social Security. Now, when I was reinstated, when I became the managing director in August 2012, the first thing that they showed to me was another bill of 30 million that should be extended, that was more or less being cleared by my predecessor to be injected to Ocean Bay for a sagging roof and for refurbishment. So when it was brought to my attention, I said, no, I will not give a green light to this, because there must be a stop, there must be a limit for which we will be putting money on an investment that is not yielding any returns. So I refused. And in fact, what I did instead, although my attention was drawn to the fact that it's very dangerous because the roof is sagging, the roof can collapse at any time, and it's going to cost us a lot of money if it falls on the tourists, because that is where they sit when they arrive from abroad. I said, what we can do is quickly, I charge management to come up to review the investment again, and to come up with conclusions whether it is better to sell the property or to lease the property. So I charged management to go into it. And after some review, management came back to me that it is better for us to lease the hotel. So we took it to the board.
Sorry, Mr. Graham.
Yeah.
So you said you charged management to review your investments.
Yes.
With a view of leasing or selling.
Yes.
So am I correct in saying that the idea came from you? Is that what you're saying?
Not the idea came from me, the idea came from management. We all decided.
You said you charged management.
Yeah.
Because those were your instructions to management.
Yes.
Review our investment in these hotels.
Yes.
With a view of either leasing or
selling the investment or leasing the investment, so that we can get returns. Because
please answer my question.
Yeah.
That was the idea came from you.
Yes, the idea came from me.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
That the reason being that they want me to approve 30 million additional money on the investment. So management met.
Now, can you remember the month and year you charged management to review this? Can you remember?
It must be in 2012, somewhere in 2012, when the invoice was brought to me. It's around, because I came back in August 2012. It must be between August 2012 to early 2013. I cannot remember exactly. when it was done, but it was within that time, late 2012 to early 2013.
Yes, go on.
Okay. Now, when management came up with this idea, we took it to the board and explained to the board that this hotel, we are just injecting money on this hotel and no returns. And it is time for us to do something about this investment so that we can either get something from it or stop injecting money into the investment. And the board, and I told them what management had come up with, that is, listen. And the board gave the green light after deliberations. The board gave the green light for listen.
Was there a resolution to that?
No, it was a board meeting. I took it to a proper board meeting.
It was a board meeting?
Resolution. Yeah, I took it to the board meeting about this whole thing, about Ocean Bay.
And the board agreed?
The board agreed for us to look into the idea of leasing. They agreed basically that we can lease the hotel.
And this was in 2013?
Yeah, it must be in 2013. I cannot remember the exact date, but it must be around 2013.
Okay, after the board agreed that the hotels should be leased,
Yep.
what did you do then?
Well, the management was informed about it, and then within a short time we received a letter of intent from Cordial.
From Cordial?
Yes.
And do you remember the author of that letter?
I think it was Ida Drame.
Now take a look at this letter and tell me whether that's the one you're referring to.
No, this is not the one. That's not the one.
Is that the letter?
No, that's not the letter. The letter I received was dated on the 28th of May, 2013.
From who? Cordial?
Cordial. In that letter, can I go on?
Do you have a copy of that letter?
It should be in the file.
We have the files here. Do you want to be given the files to look for it?
Well, it should be in the file, but I have my copy. It should be in the file.
You have your copy?
I have my copy.
Can we please see your copy? Now, Mr. Graham,
Yes, please.
you wouldn't mind if we tender this letter?
No, I don't mind at all.
May I apply to the Honorable Commission to tender the letter dated the 28th May 2013, letter of intent addressed to the Managing Director of Social Security from Ida D. Drame and Associates, legal practitioners.
Sorry, the second page is here. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah.
Before you give it to them, letter of intent dated 28th May 2013, written by Ida D. Drame and Associates to Managing Director, SSHFC, concerning the leasing of Ocean Bay Hotel by Cordial Group of Canary Island, Spain, admitted Mark MS 250. Now, since this copy belongs to the witness, the secretary will have it copied before marking the copy of this copy. Well, unless you need that letter, you may carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry?
I say, unless you need the letter which has just been admitted as MS 250, you may proceed on other matters.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
So that was the first letter from Cordial.
Correct.
It is also correct that on the 1st of August,
Yep.
Cordial also wrote to you.
Yes, correct. But before that, there are other correspondences.
Sorry?
Before the 1st of August, there
Yes.
were other correspondences from Cordial.
Do you have those correspondences?
I do have them.
Okay. We'll look at that when the time arises. But the question is, they came back, they wrote to you again on the 1st of August 2013. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, did your corporation at the time invite prospective investors to either present a proposal or bid to lease the two hotels?
No.
Then how did Cordial know about management's decision to lease?
I really don't know. Because you know the board, this is Gambia. When things are discussed at board level, management level, news goes out. But I really don't know.
So when management made that decision to lease the two hotels, why did the corporation not invite prospective investors to bid or make offers to lease the hotels?
But it was within a short time when it was approved, this letter came. So I took this letter to the board, and the board approved that we should go ahead with negotiations with Cordial. And on the 5th of June,
Sorry,
I took the letter, this letter, I took it to the board to inform them, because all management were all happy about the offer. And we took it to the board, and the board gave us the green lights to negotiate with Cordial.
yes.
And we wrote to Cordial on the 5th of June, telling them, conveying the board's approval to negotiate with them. That was on the 5th of June. And on the 10th of June, Cordial wrote again to us. And they told us that there are people who will come and visit the hotel, and we have negotiations with us in line with the in line with the terms of the agreement. And that was written on the 10th of August.
Yes.
On the 10th of June. Yeah.
So
the 10th of June.
did management negotiate with officials from Cordial?
Yes, we did.
When was this?
It was during the month of June 2013 when we received the second letter. The letter written to them, the reply here is here as well. Written from Social Security to Cordial, telling them, conveying the green lights obtained from the board. We wrote to them, and then on the 10th of June, Cordial wrote to us that they will be coming over to negotiate with us, which they did.
So what happened after the negotiations? That was before the second letter came. That is the one dated the 1st August 2013.
No, that's not the second, that's the third letter.
Okay, that was the third letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the negotiations were held before the third letter of the 1st August 2013.
Yes.
How did the negotiations go?
Well, they came, I think they visited the hotel. They it was not like a negotiation as to we agree what and what to do. They came and they visited the hotel. And then they wrote that letter on the 1st of August. When they left, they wrote the letter on the 1st of August.
Now, the letter of the 1st of August, it is correct that it was an improved offer from Cordial. Improved offer from the letter that has just been tendered. Is that correct?
It's not correct.
Okay.
It's not an improved one.
Now let us look.
When you say improved,
No,
is it in terms of
it's okay.
the money paid?
Now let us tender this, then we'll go through that.
Okay.
Yes. Let's not. May I? Can you confirm whether this was the letter written by Cordial, or on behalf of Cordial by either D. Drame and Associates on the 1st August 2013? Do we have a copy? Benin letter, but only 10. Okay, well, Madam Secretary, may I have the last exhibit? MS 250.
Yes, please. This was the letter.
May I apply to tender the letter written on behalf of Cordial by either D. Drame and Associates, headed letter of intent, dated the 1st August 2013, as an exhibit? Wow.
second letter of intent dated 1st August 2013, written by Ida D. Drame and Associates to the MD, SSHFC, concerning the leasing of Ocean Bay Hotel by Cordial Canarias Hotels and Resorts of Canary Islands, Spain, admitted marked MS 251.
Mr. Chairman, it's now 12:30. I understand the commission has to take another witness, Mrs. Bensouda's witness. I don't know whether we can stop here.
I want to ask, this second letter, is it from the file or from the witness?
No, this second letter is from the file.
The file, very well.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, we didn't hear.
I've just been made to understand that, well, it's 12:30,
Yes.
and the
We are
commission
going to
would-
take another witness.
Yes.
That's true. We'll stand this down. Oh, no, maybe when is 1 o'clock, we have to come back.
Wow, okay.
12:30, yeah. So let's stand it down. Maybe, because if they come. Yes. I think the best thing to do under the circumstances is to ask the witness to wait, because he might be recalled in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Very well, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. We write for 10 minutes. Yes. For 10 minutes. Accepted.